Welcome to the place to be reviews. I'm Itepaku and this is Batwoman Season 1 Episode 4, Who Are You? Now, I've been reviewing this show since the very beginning, done the trailer reactions, and it hasn't gotten any better. I would hope that it would have shown a little bit of an increase in quality, but it really has not over the course of these 4 episodes. The writing is still shoddy, the action sequences are bad, and just overall is not a good show. I mean, Rotten Tomatoes has been more kind to this show than they were to the Joker movie, which I find extremely hilarious considering the discrepancy in how bad the writing is on the Batwoman show. Now, for those of you keeping score at home, 71% Rotten Tomatoes, to critic score, to 12% audience score. That has been as low as 8%. And of course, they're just blaming review bombings. And as you see, there's 6,634 audience reviews on the show now. So we open with a recap of the past week's drivel. And it's at this point I was reminded that this show got ordered this past week for 22 full episodes. And in my head, I'm just thinking, why did I agree to this? Oh, I remember now. I did a trailer reaction. I vowed to watch every single episode because I won't bash something that I won't watch. So I'm suffering for you, my subscribers. Anyway, back to the recap. Some stuff happened. Alice is crazy. Kate wears a Peg Bundy wig on top of the cowl. Her dad, almost Wolverine, is inept. Kate is still playing 50 Shades of Derp with Alice's boyfriend, Dodgson. We got Dodgson here. See? Nobody cares. Catherine Hamilton is bad. Her stepsister marries Dr. Quinn. And there, we're all caught up. So this episode starts with a mystery woman ziplining through the city, entering a jewelry store via Tom Cruise style from Mission Impossible, rappelling into the room with that sophisticated enough security that there's a freaking laser grid surrounding the case. The Magpie, yes, the mystery woman is Magpie. She likes shiny things, get it? She rappels right down on top of the case, which is, of course, guarded by lasers. And she just opens up the case. There's no locks, no keypads, nothing. So, after opening this case, a very cartoon, comic accurately costumed Magpie sets off the alarm. Okay, now at this point she is joined by a doofus security guard. Trope alert, and I'll be saying that every time that there's a stupid trope in this show. Of course, the security guard, she easily dispatches him. What, you ask? Well, but wait, there's more. It is a bunch of bird-shaped bombs. Yep, I can't make this stuff up. Her name is Magpie, and she uses little bird-shaped bombs. Now, what better way to, introduce this character? Of course, this is very, Greg Berlanti-esque writing. The fight sequences are just bad. So, yeah, I wish I could make it up, but I can't. She throws 3 of them at this guard. 2 go off, nearly killing him. And 1 as she goes off as she exits via her grappling hook, unscathed, of course. These fight scenes are so funny because it's always a male guard or a male police officer, or some ancillary male character. It's never a female in these instances that is just shown as fodder, because this show goes out of its way to completely emasculate the male characters and just make them look inept and stupid. And it truly does. I wish I could report something different, but it really doesn't. And then we're treated to the soothing sounds of Rachel Maddow as Vesper Fairchild, the voice of Gotham. She acts as our narrator. She's talking about the robbery, and then she takes a shot at Batwoman, of course, asking where she was during the robberies, curling her hair, or overcome by a myriad of red lipstick shades. Seriously, this is what they write for Rachel Maddow. Rachel Maddow is not the greatest. Anyway, I always thought she looked like Matthew Perry, but yeah. Oh God, she just adds an extra level of cringe to this show that I don't even know why or where they thought this was a good idea. Like, you couldn't come up with a better radio personality to do this voice. You had to use Rachel Maddow. Of course, Rachel Maddow probably saw the woke level of this show, or apparent woke level, she thought at first. Which, I mean, it still is kind of woke, but it's just bad. It's just bad writing. I don't want to just say it's woke, because that just goes without saying. But it's just bad writing and bad acting. We cut to Kate and her bartender fling from last episode, Reagan. They're in bed together. This scene shows a bit of skin for a CW show. It's almost cringy how long the camera lingered on them. And I'm saying this is a guy, so it's a bit much. We basically see how Kate and Regan are going to play out during their quick relationship arc. Trope alert: Kate really likes Reagan, but she's Batwoman, and she will get called away every time they're seemingly going to have a date at any point during the episode. Regan's eventually going to tire of this and say that Kate can't devote time to her, yada, yada, yada. Reagan will say something like, "When you're ready, call me." This gives them a way to write the character out easily without any sort of real resolution or continuation of their relationship, because it's really all about her relationship with Sophie anyway. Kate goes on narrating her letter to Bruce, which kind of acts as that go-between between us and the audience, where she discusses her coming out in school and how it correlates to her hiding her identity as Batwoman. And this is actually a decent bit of writing, and I'll give them credit for it. Kate says that she's been out and proud for so long. How the hell is she supposed to hide her identity now? And kudos for one good line, writer's room. That still doesn't excuse your past sins and transgressions, though. We cut back to the scene. Kate enters Bruce's office at Wayne Enterprises. There's a photo shoot going on with Martha Wayne's famed pearl necklace, the one that we've seen hit the pavement many times. During every time the Waynes have died, it seems like that pearl necklace has hit the ground for dramatic effect. So there's going to be an exhibit at this museum later honoring strong women later that night. Kate agrees to loan the necklace, for a piece for the event. And my question is, who the hell gave her the authority over operations of Wayne Enterprises? Isn't that something that should be addressed in the plot? Because what's there to stop Alice if, she's a blood relative, from coming in and claiming control of the operations? I know the writers aren't smart enough to do that angle down the road, but as someone who grew up watching Dallas, I'm well versed in the hostile family takeovers of, the family business. So that's what issue I have with this, is why on God's green earth they thought this was a good idea. Shouldn't her father be the one in charge of Wayne Enterprises? If anybody, he would be. Obviously, Bruce's parents are gone. He has no siblings. She's his cousin, and they don't really ever speak of any other cousins. So I would believe that it would be Jacob Kane, not Kate. But who the hell knows, right? This is where logic and reason and creativity and originality go to die in favor of the cut and paste style that we've got here. So yeah, we're just gonna brush right over that and say, okay, she's got control over all this decision making. Back to the photo shoot here. The woman that was discussing the necklace with Kate goes out of her way to draw attention to the female photographer, whose name is Margot. Trope alert, this is Magpie. They introduce the villain early on, let you see her. Don't blatantly show you who she is, her regular identity, but they go out of their way to introduce this ancillary character by name to let you know that there's going to be something done with her down the line in some shape or form. Obviously, in this case, she's Magpie. So that's just kind of a, writing for dummies, I guess it would be. And it's clearly visible as they give a good couple second shot of Margot, the photographer, as she's speaking to the lady who's running the event. Her facial features are the same. jawline. Good job, CW. I wonder if Martha's necklace is going missing next, you know. Luke Fox is there too, and he tells Kate that Magpie struck again. And yeah, Magpie's in the room when she hears Luke and Kate having this discussion. Luke tells Kate that Dodgson is septic due to his wound. Kate says, nah, he's just dehydrated. Yeah, until their medical equipment says he's coding and he needs an ER visit. You think so? So she takes him to Mary's clinic, of course, because that's where you can kind of stash these people like this without taking them to a hospital. And, you know, just kind of says, hey, we need you to treat this guy. We go to a cemetery scene. We see Catherine is having an excavator, a backhoe, dig up the plot number in the cemetery that matched the numbers on the playing cards that Alice, it was a 3-digit number that Alice left on her vanity after a little home invasion homicide in the last episode. And guess who shows up? My boo Alice, with some of her goons, obviously. She steals the scene again with her monologuing, makes a demand of Catherine. She wants a weapon that Catherine herself designed based on some snooping she did at her home. She tells Catherine she doesn't provide the weapon by 10 p.m. She'll tell Jacob that it was Catherine who was behind Beth's disappearance. Trope alert, yes. The good old-fashioned plot device of an ultimatum gives the character being blackmailed the chance to face an existential moral crisis. Yeah, so just kind of making Catherine make that decision. Do I continue to lie about this and play dumb when Alice tells Jacob, or do I just come clean and tell him and put everything that we have together at risk? Either way, you're going to suffer a loss. So we cut to Mary at the clinic. She's joined by Batwoman. She's using a voice modulator and sounds rather butch, shall we say. She brought Dodgson for a treatment. Mary agrees to treat him, and Kate says she needs to know what Alice is planning. We go to another Magpie robbery. We're interrupted by Batwoman, and a horribly choreographed and laughable fight scene ensues. That's an abundance of unnecessary flipping until Magpie busts through a window and escapes. Kate throws the batarang at her, and it returns to smash a priceless face in the gallery. And just Kate says, oops. So the next scene, Kate is arguing with Luke about the batarang malfunction, and she cuts him off and says that he is bat-splaining to her. And then she's going to leave to meet Reagan. So this is just hilarious. We not only have mansplaining, but now we have bat-splaining. You can't explain anything to Batwoman. So this is just absolutely hilarious. I don't really understand why this is going on this way. So Jacob is informed that Sophie that the bomb that freed Alice is Catherine Hamilton's, made by her company. Kate and Reagan are on a date. They're holding hands on the way to lunch. Trope alert. This is just, we go to this whole, Kate's phone goes off. Her date gets interrupted. She's inevitably, she invites Reagan to this fundraiser where she's gonna try to take down her and focus on Reagan. Security breach at Wayne Enterprises. Wonder who this is. Magpie, of course, zip lines in and Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon style kicks Luke in the chest, knocks him out. Kate has to go to Sophie for help. Top-notch dialogue ensues. Catherine Hamilton's, her security guards go to try to take out Alice, and she gets, they get taken out. Of course, one of them loses a finger. Kane's in an abandoned building. She finds Magpie's hideout. Trope alert. She exits in the nick of time when Magpie has an explosion rig to go off if the temperature rises above a certain degree. Mary's taking care of a delirious Dodgson, trying to beat Alice and get the information that Kate asked her for. Luke gives this case to these people, and Magpie replaced the necklace she stole from the gallery during the fight with Kate with an explosive one. Hamilton's fingerless employee tells her he quits because life without a pinky finger is no life at all. Kate goes to meet Reagan at this gala event. It's just ridiculous. The last scene is, Kate's approached by the organizer, these pearls. It's just stupid. So we have the last showdown between between Batwoman and Magpie. Magpie steals this, necklace or steals this jewelry, throws the beads from the pearl necklace down. They start exploding. Batwoman's protecting everybody. The last one goes to a little girl. Batwoman, of course, knocks it out of her hand in the nick of time, shields her from the explosion. Magpie repels away, only to be taken down and thrown into a fountain by Batwoman. And guess this bird needs a bath. She fell into a goddamn fountain. Of course, trope, she's apprehended by Sophie, who arrests her, and Kate approaches the unwigged and unmasked Magpie. Sophie leads her way. Of course, Magpie delivers a ham-fisted line about Kate being privileged. Kate and Reagan break up. You saw that one coming. Catherine has to come clean to Jacob about her disguising the whole thing about Beth disappearing. Dodgson is in stable condition now. Batwoman went to see him, make sure. Mary tells Kate that Alice is looking for the mouse. That's what she got out of Dodgson in his delirium. With the end of the episode, we have a line that's certainly going to trigger some people, and it's delivered by Vesper Fairchild, and she's talking about Batwoman. She says, she has such a pretty face. Have you ever thought about smiling more? This will definitely reinvigorate the hashtag Smilegate movement with the weird blue check marks on Twitter. And Kate and Luke discuss her plans to start a real estate company that helps out the underprivileged people, residents of Gotham outside the Crow's jurisdiction. I'm Etepokuyan. Batwoman is horrible. I don't know. I can't keep this up. It hurts, but I will for you guys because I love you. And that's all. Check me out. I'll be live tonight, going in raw with Coach Loudy and MJ right here on The Place to Be.